If somebody came up to me and put duct tape over my mouth so I couldn't speak, I would feel like I was in a straitjacket. When I'm alone, I talk to myself so I can feel like I'm having a conversation with someone. I love being the life of the party, and I'm always the first to speak up. I am a raging extrovert. Shouldn't everyone be like me? Wouldn't the world be a better place if everyone tried to be an extrovert? This is what society is telling nearly 50% of Americans who are introverts, according to Forbes. And whether inadvertently or on purpose, you and me send that same message every day. This message is one that says you have to be quick to speak and outgoing, or else no one will like you, you'll be unsuccessful, and you'll never be a leader. But it wasn't always like this. According to Susan Cain, author of Quiet, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking, it all started in the 19th century. People started being defined by their personality, what they did in front of people, instead of how they had previously been defined, which was by their character, what they did behind the scenes when no one was watching. This obviously started to lean society into the favor of the extroverts, because they tend to have bigger personalities, and they're the ones getting up in front of everyone. And since introverts are naturally quiet people, they didn't give much opposition. There was even a time when Harvard Business School accepted students not based on academics, but based on how outgoing and charming their students were. When my sister applied for colleges, the big thing that colleges looked for was how many extracurriculars and leadership opportunities she had. There'd be 5 to 6 spaces to fill in her extracurricular activities and leadership opportunities. Looking back, even those activities wanted to know her previous leadership experience. It was clear that the important thing to them was being involved in a million activities and leading every single one. This is emotionally exhausting for introverts because they need time to be alone with their thoughts. And they can't do that if they're incredibly busy with all these different activities. So should everybody be like me with an extroverted temperament style? Would this cause them to be more successful? And is it better for society? Let's apply that to the 4-way test. First, is it the truth? There are very many factors that go into being successful. And even if extroversion happened to be one of them, introverts would only be missing that one piece. There's no way that that one factor they're missing would outweigh all the other great factors going for them. Also, if you're leaving your house every day, putting on a mask, and pretending you're someone you're not, you're lying to yourself, and that's not the truth. Second, is it beneficial to all concerned? It's definitely not beneficial to introverts if they're constantly put down. If they're constantly put down, this will lower their self-esteem and make them think that something is wrong with them when there's not. Not only is it not beneficial to them, but it's unbeneficial to all mankind, including the extroverts. If we constantly put them down and ignore them, this will lose all the great thoughts and ideas that they could have brought to the table. It will lose all the great things that they could have done if we had just stopped to listen. Third, is it fair to all concerned? It's definitely not fair to ask these people to completely change who they fundamentally are. To ask somebody to do this is unfair and unrealistic. Fourth, does it bring goodwill and better friendships? In the past, when my dad, an introvert, has been pressured to be more extroverted, he says it made him feel agitated and unappreciated of who he really was. Obviously, when somebody makes you feel this way, it doesn't bring about goodwill or build friendships. One of my introverted friends says that when she's with a group of friends, the extroverts get all of the attention and she tends to get overlooked and forgotten. Obviously, if somebody forgets you, it's not fun, and it doesn't cause you to want to be friends with them. So should everybody try to be an extrovert? Would this cause them to be more successful? The 4-way test shows us the clear answer is no, they don't. But don't we act like we believe they do? What if we stopped believing this? What would our world be like if we took the time to listen in a respectful and patient way to those who are quiet? What would your neighborhood look like if we took the time to listen? What would your school look like if we appreciated those who are more quiet? What would even your home be like?